What's up? Welcome to the stream. So this video is really for you guys to see, on one computer with 4 cores, how fast you could mine. And so we're gonna want to see speeds and over time. So that's why this is a live stream. As time changes, so will the shares, and as the shares change, so will the unconfirmed balance. And then when it reaches the threshold, it will convert into the current balance. And you're also able to see hash rate right now. Now I have other devices that could mine Bytecoin too, however they're not on because I just wanted you guys to see how fast 4 cores can do it and how many shares I could get at these speeds. So the music will be playing in the background, so enjoy that. If you have an Android device, you go to the App Store and you download Minergate. You see Minergate? This is the name. So you go to the App Store and you download that, and then you start mining. Once you install it and create an account, it's not that hard. They made it really simple nowadays for you to mine. So this is one of the easiest ways to mine. And that's why I'm showing everybody. You see this number? It's slowly increasing. And so this is an unconfirmed balance. That means you've actually mined that amount of coins. They just haven't paid out to you yet. And so we're still at 13.95. We're about to cross the threshold of 14 coins. Over 14 coins. So we'll wait for that as we listen to some music and see how long it takes. So if you take a look, sometimes shares occur, but the unconfirmed balance doesn't change. Usually, sometimes you may get a share, and then a few shares later, they'll move it into the unconfirmed balance. And so we're at 13.96. I don't have any Satoshis.
It's the essence of everything that you need. It starts out very quickly, powerful. It breaks from the norm. My name's Brody Neal. I'm a furniture designer.
Cool address. There we go. We hit 14 BCN. Now we're gonna wait and see how long it takes to get some more. So I'm gonna boost my mining speed right now by putting some other miners online. Or putting a lot of other miners online. Thank you for liking the video. It's not that hard, man. You could go mine too, bro. So this shows the number of devices that it registers. Look at that Bytecoin move. We're a quarter way there. We are almost a third way there to another Bytecoin. So if anyone's watching, if you want to see me mine another coin later, let me know. We're almost halfway there, halfway to another coin.
The Surface laptop feels really different than most laptops, and it's surprisingly.
%71 done with one Bytecoin. Pretty cool phone. We're almost at another Bytecoin. We're at 92% right now. So my estimate is roughly that in 20 minutes you could get about 1 Bytecoin. Or I could get about 1 Bytecoin with the mining equipment that I have. We're really close. We're at 14.96. Almost at 15. We're at 15. So as you see, it's very possible to get Bytecoins. You know, it takes a long time sometimes, but if you leave your systems on and running, you will accumulate these coins. And you know, with more mining equipment that you could get your hands on, the faster you could accumulate these coins. So that's the general idea of this video, just to show you guys, you know, for you to see with your own eyes how fast mining is and how many coins you get in that kind of time frame. I would say my hash rate right now isn't at 50. It's more close to 100 and maybe like 150 or so. So at about 150 hash rate, I'm able to get about 1 Bytecoin every 20 minutes or so. Current difficulty. But it's going 15.16. It's hashing pretty steadily at 55, which is very good because it's consistent. So in case you guys are wondering why I'm actually recording the CPU instead of using a desktop recorder, is because when I use a desktop recorder to record the screen, what happens is it causes my system to be used this will work in your country. I don't understand why it wouldn't. But anyways, you can use that, and in a sense, what happened was it bogged it and it slowed down the hash rate. And then so I wasn't able to hash as fast as I am showing you right now. So that's why I'm using this device to record that instead. It doesn't matter what country you're in. As long as you can get the software, you can do this and you can mine. It's not about any kind of currency. It's actually more about cryptocurrency, that you're getting these coins, and these coins can be mined anywhere around the world as long as you have an internet connection, really. Because when you mine a coin, essentially what you're doing is securing the network. So all the transactions go through the blockchain, which is the ledger, and when this happens, miners make sure that they confirm those transactions and say that they are valid, and then they get paid for it. This is what you're doing essentially. So don't think that mining money comes from thin air. It doesn't work like that. You're doing a service. You're letting your hardware do a service for people, and in turn you get paid. This is what mining is. So what's happening is, as I get shares, I'm verifying transactions basically, or I have verified transactions on a block in a pool with Minergate, and they're gonna pay me out basically. I hope that was clear so that you guys understand exactly what you're doing when you're mining. So yeah, your question was, does it work in your country? It works in every country. It works in Africa. As long as you get online and use these programs and have a connection, you're okay. That's why cryptocurrency is so powerful. It's changing the way the world interacts. So even though someone makes a transaction in Canada, someone from Africa can verify the transaction, and then someone else in Russia can verify the transaction, and then the transaction gets verified through all the people all around the world, and then the transaction goes through to the end user, and then anyone can look up the transaction and see that, hey, money was transferred from this wallet to that wallet. But it gets a little trickier with anonymous coins. So we're at 15.62. We're 62% done on another coin. 67% done on another coin. $73 done on another coin. In some of my other videos, people say, yeah, it takes forever to mine a coin. And it does. I run a i7 quad core or whatnot, 4 cores. And this is a Lenovo Flex 4. But I have a couple systems running. This is not the only system mining. But like I tell you guys, it's actually, get your hands on old stuff. For instance, like, you have friends and family that have old computers or cell phones or whatnot, and so you could put them to use if you get your hands on them, or even your old cell phone or whatnot. So we're almost at 16 Bytecoins. No problem. You know, a lot of people aren't familiar with mining. I've been in mining for a long time as a hobby, but not really as professional in heavy mining. So I do understand how it is like. I'm familiar with it, but I don't do heavy hardware mining. I'm more of a casual miner. Yeah, exactly. Like when you're asleep, when you're not using it, and so forth. Because a lot of times it's like those Bitcoin stories that happen where people talk about how they've done it when they were younger and then they went to college or they went to the army or whatever, and then they come back and next thing you know they still have Bitcoins and they're worth a ton, you know. So that's really what it is. It's mining, holding, and then making sure that you keep it, and then in the long run, when you do sell it one day, it's worth a lot more than what it's worth today. You see those coins? It hit 16, so we're at 18% on another coin right now. And it's like, the thing about that is, you know, back then when they mined Bitcoin, when they did it as a college student or whatever, um, it wasn't worth much. They did it for a hobby too, just like what I'm doing now. And eventually, when it was worth a lot more and they forgot about it and came back to it, you know, it was pretty nice. Yo, jeez, that hurts so much. I hope it wasn't too much Bitcoins because, yeah, you lost 100 Bitcoins. That is too much money to lose. I understand that when you bought it, it was cheap, but it's exactly what I'm saying that, you know, through time, it's so much more money that it's no longer worth $100 that you just lost. And so, hold your coins safely. Hold your Bytecoin. Don't sell them because they're worth a lot in the future. Like Bitcoin's at 4,000 now. It's pretty high. So it's hard to ride that Bitcoin wagon and mine that. So move on to the next coin that you think is gonna be a hit and start mining it. Especially when it's cheap. When it seems like it doesn't have any value and nobody wants it, well, those coins you might want to mine. Exactly. Yeah, I feel your pain. Like, that's a lot of money. So, but you know what? As expensive as it is, it's lesson learned, you know? It was an expensive lesson right there, but you learn it. Protect your coins. I mean, when Mt. Gox had that whole scam, people were scared and, you know, they lost their money too. So there's many ways to lose your money in the crypto game. You could get hacked. They could get hacked. You could destroy your own wallet. You know, but every time something happens, it's lesson learned. Be more careful with your money next time. So we're at 41% done with another uh, part of a Bytecoin. We're almost at one more. Yeah, that's dangerous. Losing the C to your BTC address is really harsh. I mean, you know, they tell you gotta write down your private key somewhere and keep it safe. I mean, that's mandatory. These are Bitcoin basics. So we're at 44% done on almost another coin. And you know, the thing about Bitcoin is that it's so amazing. It's such an amazing coin. You know, the fact that it forked recently and people just got, you know, a whole new set of coins from the Bitcoin chain, which meant that what you're calculating at 14,419,101 is not actually really maybe correct, because then, you know, you would have gotten also 100 Bitcoin Cash as well. So then each Bitcoin Cash is worth about 500, and so you got to add that into the whole equation, and then plus you never know when the Bitcoin will fork again, and then you'll have another set of coins to add. So holding the Bitcoin is pretty amazing. Not to say that all the other coins won't fork, but the Bitcoin forking uh, paid out a lot of people and made a lot of people happy. And then the price still remained the same. Everybody expected that Bitcoin would fork and then crash, but this crash did not happen. And so it kept going up. And that was the great part. We're at 60% of the coin. We're at 16.61 unconfirmed Bytecoins. Moving to 20. And so if it hits 20, usually it will move over and become a confirmed balance. If I stream long enough, you guys can see that, and so you'll see that it does work. It will confirm, and you will get your Bytecoins. Well, the truth is that Satoshi Nakamoto is only, a name, and I don't think the person who created truly ever wanted himself to be found. So I don't think that anyone claiming to be the founder is truly the founder, because he wouldn't have went on a pseudonym if that was the case. So we're at 16.74. We're close to another coin. And then there's recent news about China and all the ICO bans and stuff, and that's what I'm hearing a lot about. And then it's all over the news. It's pretty bad. It's driving the Bitcoin market down. And then people are withdrawing billions of dollars out of the crypto market, and so Bitcoin's falling. We don't know how deep this is going to cut. But every good rise needs a good correction. Without that correction, it gets even more dangerous as the bubble gets bigger and bigger. So this is quite healthy. However, we don't know how far Bitcoin will fall. At the moment, it's affecting every coin with Bitcoin's movements. If you look at the charts, they look like they're basically following Bitcoin. Most of the other altcoins are. But that's just the everyday market. We're mining right now to hold, and the point of holding is that we don't really care about the current value. Today it could be less than 1 cent, but 5 years down the line it could be $5. We don't know. Maybe it'll only take 2 years to get to $5, or maybe it'll take 2 years to get to 50. At this point, we don't know how big the cryptocurrency market will be, whether it'll hit $1 trillion market cap. But if it does, when it does, you'll have your coins, and that's what's most important. The banks don't hate them. The banks were slow. What happened was that they were very slow in understanding the true value of the blockchain technology. And so they didn't know whether blockchain was a competitor or whether it was something they could use until they had further understanding of how blockchain could change all their systems and save them so much money is when they started adopting cryptocurrencies, in which most businesses just adopted cryptocurrencies. The online ledger is what makes it amazing. The fact that people anywhere around the world can access the ledger or make transfers through the blockchain. And so there's a lot of evolution. At first, it began with the fact that you need GPUs and heavy electrical use, proof of work, and then they changed it to proof of stake, and it's just getting less utility expensive. However, the more they do that, the less secure the chains become until they fix that. Because what's going on with all of that is that proof of work actually has a little bit more security in the chain because people verify the fact that, hey, these transactions are real. Through mining. Oh yeah. I mean, I definitely understand that part about the banks and how, the wire transfer has kind of died out because of this new technology that can do that. But as much as they despise it, it's more of a learning curve. I think that everything is kind of like an experience where you go through and you learn it. So now they understand that, hey, money can be sent overseas by using this technology. So why don't the banks start incorporating this technology into their system so that they could allow people who still want to use the banking system to send money overseas but cheaply through a crypto, and then convert it back into the money that it originally was supposed to be, or the money that is in the other country, and have it much cheaper than the method that they're using. But banks have a lot of regulations that they have to go through, and the government's very strict on what they do. So they have very, they they're not very how do you say it? You can't be very lenient with them. They're very scrutinized, and so they'll lose some money here and there, but they'll learn their lesson. There's big companies already joining the crypto game. It's not like they're that far behind. And plus, there's other cryptos like Ripple and stuff, and Bancor that supposedly allows the banks to enter the crypto market more easily. We're at 17 Bytecoins. Yeah, they're already doing that. They're getting strict on regulations as to Bitcoin and crypto profits and stuff. But with what happened with China recently and the fact that they banned ICOs from being created, led a huge scare. So we got two sides of the story. One side of the story is that if you actually regulate cryptos where you start banning them, we get a price drop. But if you start implementing more government um, regulations and allowing cryptos to be used and transmitted and so forth, then what happens is we get a price rise. And so those two factors are very important to the price, and adaptation is very important as well. And then you got the exchanges in China pooling cryptos where they're no longer listing them and stuff. Yeah, it's all kind of stuff going on. So we're at 17.25. And then this year was amazing for the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin actually rose to 4,900 something to about 5,000. People were guessing that it was gonna hit 5,000. No one really kind of knew when, and then this year was the year where it just hit it, and it's just like, wow, Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Literally almost jumping, yeah, basically from 2,500 to 5,000. You know, if you use Minergate to mine, they tell you that when you use Ubuntu, it mines Ethereum slightly faster. So I'm guessing that's because Ubuntu is a lighter operating system, so you could use more resources to mine. You might want to try that kind of operating system if you're mining with video cards. It might be more beneficial as a miner, but I don't know if you'll like the OS as Ubuntu. And so we're at 17.4 Bytecoins. Yeah, you know, and then also you could use the actual, I guess, script miners or whatnot to mine, which they're slightly more effective too because you're using less of the resources than the, how you say it, app or file or program here, but it's a lot, how do you say it, harder, and it's messier than to use this version where it's really just click click. Yeah, so you know you might get more efficiency on a CG miner or a SG miner or whatnot, but Minergate right here just makes it so convenient because you can just switch coins on the fly right here and mine another coin. So we're at 17.49. Oh wow, that's a lot of cores. Not bad. 28 cores, huh? I mean, I'm guessing this is a while ago too. Ooh, you must have been making some good coins. Good amount of coins with server grade equipment. I wonder how long before they start implementing technology where it's built-in mining. Basically, if you buy a toaster, it automatically mines as well, so that you get amount of tokens or toaster credits or whatever it is, automatically. So not only will you get toaster credits, you also get TV credits, and then you also get like cell phone credits where you're not using it, and the system knows, hey, I just got a mine. You should check out the custom mining graphics cards. Well, actually, not even graphics cards. They're custom mining cards from Nvidia or whatnot, from a couple companies that they're making, where it works with the computer. You can mine from it. However, when you mine from it, you cannot plug in a HDMI adapter because there is none. It doesn't have any output. It just mines. It's not ASIC either. It's a GPU, but specifically built by Nvidia to mine. And that's gonna be the new edition of new generation of cards, because the graphics cards maker are finally taking Bitcoin and crypto mining seriously. So they decided to make video cards specifically for mining and not for games and stuff like that and displays. And it actually helps them a lot too, because one, they created a new industry in their line, and then secondly, the miners will stop buying up all the video cards that were meant for the graphics players, because they caused a market where graphics video game players were running out of video cards to buy. Yeah, exactly. And so these custom cards will be for the miners, and the miners will not have to fight with the gamers for the video cards. And because they're built specifically for miners, they're gonna hash at a decent to good rate, um, per dollar, basically. So maybe for you, you may want to actually take a look at these GPU video cards. Or not even video cards, mining cards. So we're currently at 17.89. We're almost at 18 coins. I think I'm gonna let this run until probably over 20, so that it confirms over. But mining does take time. Well, I mean, to tell you the truth, what makes a really good mining card is that it can stay cool and mine at fast hash rates. And I think that they understand that when they build these cards, so definitely it's gonna stay cool. And you're gonna mine at a decent hash rate per dollar, so it's gonna be a pretty good buy for you to maybe use one CPU or two CPUs to run like couple mining GPUs. But that's if you're a GPU miner, which if you're familiar with that, then yeah, it's a good way to mine. But like I tell everybody else, it doesn't really matter what you have. You can mine with a cell phone, you can mine with computers. Um, the whole point is accumulate coins. Bottom line. You can also be one of the people who wait for prices to hit rock bottom, like cheaper than cheap, and then stock up and just sit on it. 18 Bytecoins. We're at 18 Bytecoins. Oh wow, liquid cooling. That must have costed a good penny. Like, because they said that water cooling was not sufficient enough, so they put in another, um, I don't know, liquid or whatnot to make it even cooler. I'm surprised because if you're talking about back then and liquid cooling, it was quite pricey for a case that did that. A tower case. We're almost at 19 Bytecoins. $19.2. What's up? Welcome to the Coin Network. We're at 19.32. We're waiting to get over 20 Bytecoins. We're almost there. 19.48. Almost over 20. As you see, the Bytecoins actually move. I am able to mine Bytecoins. And this is Minergate. This is mining. This is what mining is all about. Getting those shares, waiting for these coins to accumulate. And so I would recommend to anybody watching that you can mine when you're asleep or when you're out and stuff, not using your computer. But sometimes you need to know whether your system is actually running. So you gotta check on it as well throughout the day. So we're at 19.68. We're trying to hit 20 BCN. I think when I started the stream, I was at about 16. So we're about to hit 20. I'm sure there's people out there who wonder, how much do you really get when you mine, because they don't understand what it is that they're getting or how long it takes. So this is a straight up demonstration to you guys what mining is kind of like. Now speeds may vary depending on your hardware. But we're currently at 19.76. And we're finding shares every few seconds. So this also helps with the fact that at the start of the video, you can see the amount of shares that I had. And then at the end of the video, you can see the amount of shares that I had. And then equivalent to the amount of Bytecoins that I also have. So then you can see, okay, well this amount of shares gives a roughly amount of Bytecoins. Whatever that amount is. You can rewind it and take a look. But we're almost at 20. We're so close. 19.92. 19.94. $19.98. We're at 20. Did you guys just see that? We're at 0. We're at 0. And the reason why is because it transferred over into the confirmed balance. So I've always told you guys about threshold. Once you meet that threshold, the unconfirmed balance will be the confirmed balance, in which will arrive into your wallet. So at that point, you could transfer those coins out of this wallet into another wallet, or go exchange it for something else that you want, or just leave it there. But in any case, those coins now belong to you. You're fully paid for that. And that's what those numbers mean. And then we begin an unconfirmed balance again. And then we also get to have an increased number in this, and we wait for it to do it again. So I'm gonna end the stream now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's really for the dedicated people who want to understand about mining and how it all works and how Minergate, because I've got a lot of comments in regards to people saying that the money doesn't get transferred out, or the unconfirmed balance never moves. And so, there's reasons, and I'm letting you guys see exactly what's happening, and also the speed of mining that's going on with me and these systems, and how if you could get better systems, you can mine faster and accumulate more coins. Now, I am using CPU mining. You could use GPU mining, in which you use video cards to mine. So, let me jump onto GPU mining right now and show you. And now we're hashing at a 28 hash rate, 45 hash rate, and this is GPU. This is using GPU to mine and not CPU to mine. And we're at a quarter of a Bytecoin. But as you see, my GPU doesn't really mine faster than my CPU, which I don't like using it too much, and that's why I stick with the Bytecoin on CPU. And I usually like to turn down my cores, because sometimes you never know what else I'm doing, so I just leave some cores open. And on top of that, I found out that 2 cores and 4 cores, for some reason, the speed isn't too much of a difference, so you could actually use 2 or 4, and I think using 2 is slightly better than using 4. So we're at 0.3 Bytecoins again. So we have 0.38 BCN. Trying to get them Bytecoins all day. Point 0.42. And so let me give you guys an example of why it's important to mine, right? You guys are aware that cryptocurrencies can be transferred anywhere in the world. And so as long as you have internet connection. So basically, things that you mine here, you can send to another country as a type of currency. You basically, once you mine it, you can use this. So if you started mining and all of a sudden your coins are worth like $10 or $20 or whatnot, and then you owe someone some money, which I don't recommend you send it to them, but you can just as a gift, and then you can gift someone some coins and stuff because you mined it. That's the great part about having cryptocurrencies. There's many things you can do with it. We're at 0.5. We're about to get another Bytecoin. We're at 0.6. 0.67. We're close to another Bytecoin. So keep in mind, everybody, this is real hash rates. That's what I'm trying to show everybody. Real time, what it's like to mine, what it's like to get shares, and then increase in unconfirmed, and then go into confirmed. The whole process, basically. Point 88. The hash rate is holding steady at 57 hash. There's about 6,000 bad shares out of 326,000 good shares. getting a share every 13 seconds or so. At least for this system. There's other systems mining still getting shares. So that's why you see the good shares increase even though a share wasn't found in this system. Just like right now. But when a share is found on this system, you'll see it'll only increase by 1. The good shares amount. There, just like that. Basically, a good share was found on this system. Now, a good share was found again on this system. Another one. Another one. 1 Bytecoin was created and paid. Well, not paid yet. It's unconfirmed. Until I get 20, then I'll get paid. And so this is how it works. Welcome to mining. And so you sit back and let it accumulate, check on it every so often, and you see how much it has increased. And you let it increase by thousands and thousands and thousands, and that's how it goes. That's what you do with your Bytecoins. You know, the more we look at this video, the more Bytecoins I'm accumulating. And you could be doing the same on your devices. All it takes is for you to set up the programs and start accumulating coins. Here and there, every so often. Maybe, you know, you go to a place and that has the Wi-Fi and power, and just plug in your systems and start mining.